Oh, you know what doesn't like when you end your desktop window manager? My exit lag died. Completely.
I don't even have that on right now.
Yeah, no, my exit lag is not responding. Exit lag, come back. No. My beautiful. Yeah. I think you can update your stream title though. This man's over here still trying to fix the lag that don't exist anymore.
The lag, dude. The lag was bad lag. I don't even know how much longer I'm streaming for, though. Morning.
Yeah. Nothing like some 1 AM troubleshooting.
It's been going on for a few hours.
You know, I don't know why I keep getting Apple ads. I absolutely despise this company. Also, interesting thing, my old Twitch tab is at 20.8-second delay, but a new Twitch tab is still at 4.75. So I don't know why my one Twitch tab is just not. Yo, I just saw Burning Blade pop up on your server.
That did happen.
Literally just, it wasn't there and then it was.
Bond at Reapers. It always does, but...
Yeah. Huh.
You can actually like go there and like yeah, if your ship's there, I guess I don't think it'll spawn. But if if your ship's not there, I think you can just have it like spawn like right next to you, which is pretty goofy.
Yeah.
It just like, I mean, it's not that cool. It just literally like appears out of nowhere, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well.
But no, I was like, I see C-Mag in them on, and I'm like, are these motherfuckers diving? No, they're playing Fortnite.
Wow. They abandoned us.
They have been playing a lot of Fortnite lately.
Honestly, it's probably a better game than SOT.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like,
SOT is just not it right now. This game is in shambles, and I think it's really starting to hit people.
people are starting to come back a little bit, which is interesting. Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like, for the last couple of weeks, people have definitely not been playing because of COD.
I mean, COD.
I'm seeing a lot of people come back now, but no, it definitely is getting frustrating. I don't blame people for it. For me, it definitely like I always talk about. It kind of boils back to the stream thing. Be super real, like
Oh, hey, I
People
have
just
a
don't
fodder
tune in.
officer.
People kind of just don't tune in for some of the other games I play. And Fortnite would really not be it, because of like that was a problem though with Apex too. Like I liked Apex, I like streaming Apex, but like so does everybody else, I guess. You know what I mean? So like you
Yeah.
like it like the oversaturation makes it incredibly hard to like get like not even about making viewership, but even making friends. Like I don't know, it was a super tough game to like growing, competing, or anything like that.
I got a grade 5 Reaper at For the Damned.
Fort of the Darned.
But I'm on a galleon.
I have to get.
Not bad.
Hit him with the open.
That's good. Oh god, hit him with the open crew. No, no. Wonder if it would even be worth me trying to get a crew.
For a fighting steel?
Or thought it's steel. I literally
You
just
still
wanted
need
to
it?
see what cosmetics from Mercenary Galleon.
Hmm?
I just wanted to see what cosmetics are on our Mercenary Galleon.
You even still need fighting loot?
I need a few more chests of fortune, but I am so drained on fodders after what was it, 13 stack?
Yeah, I feel that. I've never stacked 13. I would. I know. Also, as a note on the other side of that, I'm never gonna stack 13 fights.
Never have, never will.
No. That doesn't even sound like good content, to be honest. Like,
No, it was terrible.
the only people I see who do it that make sense are obviously like server line. Kitten did like 30 of them for Files' like first. Because like Files likes to max his Splendor Pass the very first day of every season. So they get a server alliance and they have like a strat where. And obviously they do have somebody running fodder because I guess like the idea of it is the Files himself doesn't actually stack it. They usually just have somebody solo stacking it. And this month, like literally it was Kitten. Like Kitten literally just like solo stacked like 30 foddeds while everybody else was like doing other shit.
That's toxic.
He prefers it solo, I guess, though, because like the scaling. You know, he like that's what he told people too. He's like, don't. He's like, I don't really want you near me. You know what I mean? Like, literally, get the fuck away. Like,
Yeah.
like even if you're on his boat, he just tells you to go away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't matter if you're a full 3-man brig, as long as like the other guys aren't nearby. You know what I mean? But they have to be pretty far. Like the 2 squares or whatever, you know. But if they're like 2 squares or more away, it'll just treat it like you're a solo.
Yeah. Iron scaling is weird.
Kitten's pretty like familiar with that kind of stuff though, because he does a lot of like that stuff with like server alliance stuff and like helps out partners like with whatever like random server event they're doing. You know what I mean? Like he's I don't know, like he likes to get in there and help people with their events or whatever. You know. So he's had to do a lot of scaling, learning for sure. Like even the other day, he was actually even said I guess I think it's if there's more than like I can't remember if it was 3 or 4, but if there's more than 3 or 4 captains during a captain wave, then somebody might if you're on a brig, then you're gonna get tucked on basically. You know what I mean? Like a brig should only have like 3 or 4 captains or something like that.
Yeah.
I forgot exactly the number, but he said it was either the 4th or the 5th one.
Stack.
You know.
Brig should be 4 captains, because typically, 1 captain plus the amount of people who are on the crew.
Mm-hmm.
So if a brig is 5, that's too many.
Yeah, like he was talking about that. Like he was like he could tell.
Yep.
Just based on like skellies. Obviously, sometimes you get those like random waves where it like scales because there's too many of you nearby, but then it'll like scale back down after you finish the wave.
Yeah.
Tuckers, too many tuckers.
Well, so far this thing is a 2 stack, by the way.
Definitely not playing Sloop. I'm just working on issues.
I'm just watching it. Just Reaper chests moving.
We're just doing a little bit of in the night. Honestly, some yapping at this point, but we were doing some tech stuff for the last like hour or two. I've been getting my PC to function like it's supposed to.
PC functioning as expected. Nah.
More like, you know, whenever it did function and then it stops functioning, I'm like, okay, like
No, when it's not functioning, then that's expected.
literally, it's like you see the clip. It's like literally she blunderbounds me. I go swimming. I've surfaced, 50 frames, and it was stuck like that for a
Yeah.
while. Like for like whenever you first started, whenever you came in later, it was like dropping. Like I'd go from like 50 frames back up to like 200 frames, back to like 50 frames. Like you know what I mean? I was getting a lot. But whenever it
Yeah.
first happened, I was just hard locked to 50 for like a while. Like
When
it was just not. It was like I capped it at 50, but that's definitely not what happened. You know what I mean?
when I'm at work, I watch your stream at
Yeah, super low
360p,
quality. I get
30
that.
FPS, because the buffer just
Yeah,
does
it makes
not
it load
function.
quicker. That way you can at least hear what I'm saying. I get what you mean. Like you don't really need to see like
Yeah.
much of the screen. You can just hear.
I mean, I can also look at a really blurry image of Sea of Thieves and know exactly what's going on.
I know a little bit about what's going on. This guy Elliot invited me to Lethal Company like 10 minutes ago, and I was like, brother, it is so late. Playing Lethal at this time is like fine, but starting Lethal at this time, I might not. I don't know about that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially because like I want to just get in there and play like a couple games.
Yeah. Is Lethal a good investment?
Yeah, it's a pretty cheap game too, right? And no, it's been fun. It's got a lot of mods. Like there's shit. There's actually like a crazy amount of mods for it. Some of them are pretty wild. Like there's this creature called the Mimic, and he looks just like you do, except he wears a mask. And that's how you know him apart, right? Like because like he's got him. But like sometimes you'll see him like the game's pretty like dark and like so like sometimes you'll
Yeah.
see what looks like another player nearby, but that's a mimic. You know what I mean? And you gotta kind of suss that out, right? Like you gotta like one of the best ways to do it is just be like, who is that? And if it doesn't talk, you like
Just suspicious.
yeah, if he's not talking, or if he's like if he's acting like there's danger nearby, but there's no danger nearby, that's another thing. You know what I mean? Like they'll like spin and like act like overly suspicious, but like that's the
Yeah.
big thing is they don't talk. But one of the mods, um, it'll actually record the data of what your friends are saying, and it'll speak back to you. You know what I mean? Like it'll like
Oh, that's
it'll never pick up your voice either. It'll never be like you, so you're like immediately like, oh, that's not me, right? It'll be your friends. But obviously, if you're like with Elliot and you hear Elliot talking from the mimic, you're like, okay, brother, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, one of the mods like makes the mimics have player voices and shit. It's pretty wild.
that is actually sort of terrifying.
It is because they insta kill you too. Like if it grabs you, you're just dead.
Oh.
Like it just like it actually turns you into a mimic too. Like it grabs you and it like coughs a bunch of blood up on you, and then you also turn into a mimic, and you're just dead. You lose control, but now there's two mimics running around.
Darn.
So like if your friend dies to a mimic, and they're killable actually, you can like beat them to death with like a shovel or whatever. But like it's kind of annoying when one or two of you die to a the stop sign's a weapon too. The shovel and the
That's
stop
the
sign do
only
the same
weapon I know.
damage though. The shovel's kind of the best melee weapon because it has like good range and damage, but it also like it does the same damage as the stop sign, but it weighs less. So that's really the only thing is it just weighs less. But damage wise, it's like the same. But you can beat it to death like a stop sign or a shovel or whatever. But the problem is if your friend dies to it, now you have to fight two of them. You know what I mean? Or like if two of you die to it, you got to fight three of them.
Yeah. Iron mimics and shovels and Batman.
The game's pretty wild. There's a lot of creatures that'll just like insta kill you, or they're like the eyeless dog that like can't see, but it has like insane like sound recognition or whatever. So if you make like any noise, like or if you talk too, that's the thing too. It picks up your voice. You know what I mean? So like if you like talk or like make like a loud step nearby, it'll like slam you.
Salam.
I mean, it just kills you. So because when it goes into a rage, it's like charges you down and like fucking just like literally like pounces on you and just murders you.
Yeah.
And apparently there's like a bunch of modded creatures that are like even worse.
I mean, there's probably a modded creature that just, as soon as you spawn in, just death.
Probably. The Jester's pretty wild. He's like this jukebox dude, and he like, you know, he does like the pop goes the weasel song or whatever. But when the weasel goes pop, he literally will instantly kill the nearest player. Like super, he like opens and this like super fast thing comes out, and it actually just keeps getting faster. I guess the longer it goes, and it just insta kills the first player, and then it hunts down everybody in the building. Like everybody has to leave. Like if everybody doesn't get outside, you're just dead.
Oh.
It just nukes the entire facility.
Tactical nuke inbound.
Like, everybody just has to run. And if you're not near enough to tell them that, then like, good luck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if your friends can't hear your voice, you don't have like a walkie-talkie to be like, "Yo, fucking Jester brothers," like, we might all die. Well, you might all die because I'm getting out.
They might all die. Yeah.
You're always watching your friends die in that game. It's pretty funny, but also pretty brutal. Where you're just like walking with somebody through the dark, like yapping, and then just like you hear like a crunch or like a slam or like a shot or something like that, and you're just like, oh, he's dead. I gotta go. Like he's fucking dead. But it's a good time with friends for sure. Probably not a. I mean, some people play it solo for sure. Like, but it's definitely more like fun, just like goof around with your friends, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all still pretty bad at it too, so that helps, you know. I don't know. I kind of like when you're all bad together, you know.
They're the best way to play a game, and I'm
Like,
so
a couple
happy
of them
with
are
Sea
like
of Thieves.
Glutton's getting pretty good at it, and like a couple of people are definitely better than I am, but none of us are like crazy yet, you know.
Yeah, when I started slot, I had one person who played like a little bit in year one,
Mhm.
right, like 50 hours, and then stopped. And that was who taught me to play the game. They were a Swabi.
Oh yeah.
They still are a Swabi. They only got 200 hours.
No, I was actually looking at that. Whenever I started playing this game, I played solo for the first day. Then I got Planet in, and Planet had never played the game either. I think he had like 20k gold. Whenever we started playing together, and eventually I got some of my old bestie friends. And the most experienced player was my friend Tosai. He hopped in. That man had 1 million gold, and he was level 50 with all 3 factions of the main factions. But he didn't even know about the Athena faction. Literally didn't even know about the Athena faction. I told him because I knew about it from streams, you know what I mean, and shit like that. Like like that was like one of the things I told him.
75 gold winner in 4 days.
Hey yo, that's when he had quit. He had quit between the level 50 and level 75 caps, I guess. So like he had something to do whenever we started.
Legend in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's about how long it took me as well. 2 weeks. It was like literally right at 2 weeks is how long it took me to get PL.
And then I believe after 6 months, I was LSD and TSD.
See, you know that didn't happen. Month and a half after I started the game, Hourglass came.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at it the other day. Tosai has 26 hours played. That was my most experienced friend back when I was like a PvE lord, and he quit the game for sure. He has 26 days played. That's the guy I did all
Yeah.
my fishing with, most of my tall tails with, a lot of my fodder with, like a lot of those
I
like
did all of my tall tales solo, and then I did them all again with a group of friends.
that's terrible.
So I've done the gold curse grind like 3 times.
That sounds horrible.
And my captain's the first legendary trinket I got was tall tales completed.
That
I've done the Shroud Breaker 90 sometimes.
is actually pretty ridiculous. I actually remember my first cherish trinket. It was one for making money off the Athena faction. Like
That's
selling,
huge.
just like selling loot to Athena's fortune and making gold, you know?
Yeah.
But it's because of Hourglass.
I still can't believe, like, 2 days after level 500 Athena's Fortune was released, I got level 500.
It took me a little longer than that, but I was focusing Reaper at the time.
I was also hardcore
Yeah, you were
cheesing.
cheesing, so yeah, I feel it.
We had 4 solo galleons running, all just going to sea forts and doing the chase.
sea
and
fort-
all fighting each other.
Yeah, you said you were like having accounts like hold down the boats and stuff. Like I remember you talking
yeah.
about that.
I think it got to one point where I was using my ult twice and double dipping. Just chaos. I did horns with 9 accounts.
Yeah, I remember you guys said that you guys like all had alt accounts for that. So
We all had alt accounts, and one person had like 6 alt accounts. So we were going nuts.
I still got my horns fairly quickly, but we didn't use alts. We just there was just the thing that was nice about it is like there was always somebody doing it with like in my friends group. Like no matter what time it was, like when I woke up, somebody was farming. Like when I ended stream, someone was farming. You know what I mean? Like, and I could just hop in on their galley and like go figure it out.
At this point, I've handed in like 330 some horns.
Oh, I don't even know how many horns. Actually, I guess there's.
And I've only gathered 2 from islands. But I also gave away probably close to 60 because I gave 30 to a rib, and I gave like 20 to DZ, and then I think I gave 5 or something away on just completionists.
I didn't necessarily like give any away, but I've shared a lot.
And I was always doing it on Galleon.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's the thing too. That was the thing is like all my friends like Thickness and Dishy and like SB and like a bunch of us were like savvy. We were like all like really wanted it, like some of them would load up a solo galley while I was streaming. You know what I mean? Like if I wasn't playing with them that day, and like 1 or 2 of them would just like farm like for like the majority of my stream. Actually, I'll just go hop in and help them farm at the end for a few hours. We got it done pretty quick.
Horns was probably one of the most boring cheeses, but also I think it might be the most like united I've seen the completionist community.
We were all just chilling on the ferry talking.
Yeah.
Like that's what we used to do. We all just got in a VC and just chilled in the ferry and just talked about dumb shit, you know.
Yeah.
There was a point in time where Dishy got the funniest. Like I've told that story a few times. I was actually like I was done with my hordes at the time, so she was farming, and I was just doing like world events, just stacking, and this dude kept coming to the ferry over and over, and eventually he was like, "Ma'am, I'm being spawn camped at Reaper's hideout." He's like, "Can you like come help me or whatever?" And so I went over there, and there was like a galley and a sloop fighting, I guess, and he was saying that he was like it was a whole galley, but when I got there, the galley was on fire, and he was camping them, talking mad shit, calling them some words that I don't want to repeat, by the way. So I just killed absolutely everybody when I got there. I just literally I was like, I don't care who any of you are, I'm just killing all of you and sending you to the ferry. And they all went to the ferry, and Dishy was still there. And they were like, "Ma'am, are you a server admin? Because I need to like report this situation." And like all 4 members of the galley and the solo sleeper sat on the ferry for like 20 minutes, like explaining the whole situation to Dishy and they were all like trying to get each other like banned and shit. They were like, he said this and he said that, and like from what I got, they all said some fucked up shit. To be super honest with you, but whatever. Like they were like, it was like we're just like she's just farming horns on the ferry, and like these kids all coming in like, man, are you a server admin? Like what's good? Because like whatever because they were saying like we told you to come to Reaper's Hideout, and then I told them that I was friends with the girl on the ferry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were like, and your friend just shows up and kills us all. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, it was super funny. They thought she was an admin and sent me over there to like put them all down to like resolve the issue.
Oh god.
And then three of them got like the solo, like two of the galleon guys got off, by the way. And like, actually at this point it'd been like an hour. And Dishy actually explained to him, she's like, I'm not an admin. I'm just farming horn. And she told him, she's like, I can talk to you guys for 15 minutes, then I gotta go. You know what I mean? Like, do this and I'll be back. And she did that for like an hour. And then I went there and I was just hanging out, and like two of the galley members got off. And then the slooper and two of the brig, they all got out of brig. They were all trying to get each other banned at like an hour before, and now they're all about to get. Now they all went and got. Like, it was actually one of the funniest like encounters I've ever had in this game.
That's the magic of
And it
this
just
game.
happened because freaking Dishy was chilling on the ferry farming horns. You know what I mean? Like, like if she hadn't been on the ferry, we'd have had no idea. You know.
Yeah, dude. There was some guy who we like. I think he was getting spawn camped or something, and DZ Jake and I were doing hourglass, and
Yo, what's
sort
up,
of
Opa?
rolled up to him. I don't even remember what happened. Something happened. He ended up yapping, and then we thought he was funny and just invited him to the guild. I think got kicked like 4 weeks later for never sailing.
That'll happen. I actually invited a lot of people. Like when the guilds first came out, I found like any funny adventure. I actually invited like a bunch of them to the guild. You know, because I was just looking for members back then. But I had to cycle a lot of them out.
Yeah.
Goobers on the seas are a good time though.
Oh yeah. If you get a good adventure server, it's so fun. The only problem is there's so few good adventure servers.
Yeah, it's hard to find those servers for sure. But whenever you find a few servers of people like willing to like talk, that's a big part of it too. You need people that are talking. You know what I mean? Even if they're not like hot micing, they need to like know how to turn their freaking mic on and like engage a little bit. It makes it like a lot better.
Yeah.
Watching people like not talk doing goofy shit can be pretty funny. And I've seen some pretty funny shit from people who don't talk. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Honestly, mics are one of the best things this game has.
Yeah,
It's
the
also
proximity
the
mic is-
worst.
Yeah, I mean, it has its moments. Most of the time, that shit's even goofy, dude. Like, these random swabbies, dude, I'll be, like, syncing them, and I'll just be like, yo, GG, man, and then they just cut on the mic and just fucking, the racism just pours out. And it's almost comical. Like, it's like, it doesn't even seem real, you know what I mean? Like, what even, what even
Yeah.
is that? Is that even a real person? Like,
Yeah. Let the floodgates open.
like, holy shit.
Yeah, typically it gives me a good laugh nowadays, because, you know, just can't believe that somebody would say something.
They're
like
always
that.
so bad though too. That's my thing about it. Like, they're always like so awful that like it's like you could just tell they're just mad. You know what I mean? They're just mad and getting like constantly killed and just getting these like little silly words out. And it's like, brother, it's like
Brother, it's
you
not worth it.
gotta figure it out, man. Even
I can
like
only imagine,
the
like,
cheaters
the
that do it, they're always like so bad. Like an actual, like if they weren't cheating, you know.
Oh my god, yeah. And if it's a good cheater, you can half the time.
Most of those guys aren't
cheat.
saying racist shit though. You know what I mean? That's the thing. If they're like a cheater that actually knows how to play the game, they're not usually spouting like dumb shit. You know?
Like, it's so weird in this game because cheaters aren't scary. It's the darn people who are good and cheating that are
Yeah,
scary.
yeah. That's real.
And half the time you really can't even tell they're cheating because the servers are so crap.
No, I've actually thought about it. One of the times I got shit on the absolute hardest in this game was by a cheater that I mean he was being being obvious about it. His name was like Sot Cannon TP or something like that. But he like TP'd onto the boat and I like knocked him off and he was at the bottom of the ladder and and I went to like shoot him, and he like went up. He insta-laddered up and shot me, and like insta-laddered back down, swap weapons, and insta-laddered up again and two-tapped me, in like the blink of a fucking eye, and it was like holy shit. That was like I was like this guy's sweating like he hit me with a ladder two-tap with cheats, brother. Like goddamn.
Yeah.
I was like this guy might have actually been a sweat back in his day. You know what I mean? Like shit.
My hardest fight, I don't even think it was a cheater. Honestly, hardest fight might have even been like you. But
My hardest fight was definitely against Airing Pluto and Seek, and I forget who their third is, but it was a 55-minute brig match where we went through over 2,000 fucking cannonballs, and it was like a DMAS broad the entire time. There was no resetting, nothing like that. Just like instantly mass down and just like slamming cannonballs for 50 minutes. Like it was actually insane.
yeah. Well, actually, our hardest fight that I've ever had was darn some people who were stream sniping.
Oh
DZ,
yeah,
when
those
in
guys.
stream.
Yeah, those guys.
Those guys. Turns out that one of them was cheating. One of them is suspected of cheating, and the other one is literally he was continually getting subbed out in the end because he wasn't good enough.
Those guys are always funny. Those that get subbed out.
Like